Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of My Dear One. Today is June 10th actually, so 10 days into June, and I ran into a little bit of a problem. Definitely learned my lesson on top dressing. Sand matters. So the place I got the sand from to do the top dressing in the yard had two types of sand. They had screened and not screened. Of course I went with the screened, and it definitely was not the right kind of sand. I've got some issues now in the yard. So sorry for the delay in videos. I spent several days just out here for 4 or 5 hours a night trying to rake and break the sand up, because once I got it wet, it turned to like a straight clay almost. It wasn't really sand. So after some thought and some time, and the initial panic of realizing that I may have ruined my yard, I have decided that I'm going to go ahead and overseed the whole yard. I've got several bare patches, as you can see, like through here, for example, where the sand just, once it got wet and turned to that hard clay, it just totally smothered out the lawn and killed it off. So I'm going to do a little overseeding today. I know it's not the optimal time to seed, but I don't really want to go clear till fall with a yard that looks like this. So we're going to do just a quick overseed on the whole lawn, see if we can get something to come up to hopefully thicken this up, because not only did it do that, it also thinned out the yard quite a bit. So overall, I'm really happy with how the top dressing went. The lawn feels so much softer, feels so much more flat to walk across. Like, you don't feel like you're hitting a bunch of big dips or anything when you run a mower or anything across the top of it. So very happy with how that turned out. So I did get quite a few ruts in it, so I went ahead and rolled the whole yard the other night, and now we're going to just do some seeding and hope for the best. Hopefully I get the lawn back sometime by mid to late summer. So let's get to it. So from the front yard here, it doesn't look too bad at all. You can't quite tell, but when you get on top of it, it is quite full of just patchiness, and I know it would fill in over time, but at the same time I'm going to be a little bit impatient. And then over here on the park strip, this park strip has always drove me crazy, because I think they just put sod down on what was ever here. So that's some leftover topsoil from the initial project, so I laid it down here and ran a 2x4 across of it and compacted it down so it shouldn't sink too much, so it should look significantly better up here with a little bit of seeding. So with that, guys, let's get at it, and we'll get going. Alright guys, what I'm going to go ahead and seed the lawn with is this. It's called Green Star 5. So it is a blend of 5 different premium Kentucky bluegrass blends. So there's Fargo, Pivot, Wild Horse, New Blue, and Everest in this thing. Picked this up for probably $14-15 a bag at my local IFA, and it seems to have pretty good color, good properties. Looking at everything, should blend really well with my whole yard. So let's go ahead and put it down. So this bag has 3 pounds. They say it should be 1 to 2 pounds for every 1,000 square feet for an overseed. I know I have quite a bit of areas that are so blank that I'm going to need a little bit more than the 4 pounds that it should call for to do my yard. So I went ahead and bought 6 pounds of this. I'm going to just go ahead and put all 6 pounds down on my 4,200 square feet, and hopefully it turns out pretty good. seed down, I took a few minutes and I spread a little peat moss over the bare areas to kind of help hopefully hold in some moisture, as we're going to have a few warmer days probably over the next few weeks. It should really turn out well. You know, I think initially, I think I'd have the reaction anyone have, like, oh man, I destroyed my lawn, but you know what? It's a moment to learn and to grow and to get better at this lawn care thing. So, plus I got to do a few things that I've never done before, which is seed my whole yard. I've actually never ever overseeded the whole thing, so it was a good learning experience. I'm bummed it happened, especially when I saw the backyard for the first time and saw all the hard work and everything that I did last year totally just be destroyed. And I think it was a hard pill to swallow that I did this wrong, but you know what? I'm not giving up on it. I'll probably top dress it again later this fall. Really love how it's turning out. Like, you can already just feel the difference in how smooth everything is, and it's really wonderful, and I'm really happy with it. I'm a little disappointed that I kind of smothered out the yard, because a lot of it was the wrong sand by far. So best advice I can give anyone, definitely go with like a masonry type sand for sure to do this. I see that all the time on the grass forums and different things like that, to use like a masonry type sand, not this sand that I used. But you know what, we live and we learn and we grow, and that's what this is all about, is living, learning, and growing, and just being out in the yard and enjoying it. So really excited, guys. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I can't wait to get my yard back to looking normal. I actually, with that, it motivated me to fix a few other little problems that I'd seen in the yard to kind of help ease the transition, because if I've got to just seed a whole bunch of it, might as well fix those areas while I'm doing it. Overall, I think it's going to turn out really well. You know, I know it's not the time to really seed. I know it's getting close to the summer temperatures and the heat and everything else. But I know it's possible to do this, because I had that giant hole up here in the front last year that I seeded probably at the end of June, and that thing took just fine. So I think I'm going to turn out okay on this. It's a bummer. My lawn has not looked this bad in quite a long time, but like I said, it's learning and doing, and and I think it's better if you approach it from that stance. It's like, okay, like, that didn't work, what can I do better this next time? Overall, though, really excited. I'll give you an update on a few other things. Remember those pots we planted a few months ago? Look how much better those are looking. Also, you'll notice I don't have my dahlias anymore, so after I transplanted them in the yard, they were shocked pretty hard. They were starting to kind of come back. Then we had some really big windstorms that came through and just totally took them out. Even though I had them staked and everything, the wind still broke every single stem and totally ruined them. They died off pretty quickly, so I went ahead and planted some sweet potato vine in their areas. I did that last year, and I really liked how it looked. It just grow big and bushy, and by about midsummer it just fill in those hills, and it's just going to look like a really full flower bed at that time. So pretty exciting stuff. I've been doing quite a bit around the yard. Still a lot to do. Hopefully going to be getting some more videos out more regularly to you guys. Things are starting to finally slow down a little bit, and I'm starting to catch up with things, so very excited. Thank you guys for watching this again. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and like these videos. Helps me out a ton to get the word out, and kind of it keeps me motivated and keeps me pushing along. I really appreciate all the positive feedback I get from all you guys. It's really wonderful. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and I will catch you in the next one.